Go live. Oh my God, I am an absolute amateur. Oh dear. I've just been basically speaking to myself for the past 3 minutes, thinking that I was live. Yeah, good start, innit? Can you put in the chat box? Let me know. Let me know if you could hear me. I had a little bit of a problem connecting my mic. I can't believe I've been banging on to myself for like 3 minutes and no one's here. I wasn't even live. Oh dear man, what are we doing? Yeah, just let me know if we're live now. There should be a photograph of a Range Rover in front of you. Just let me know if you can hear me, because I've got no idea what I'm doing, basically. Good evening, everyone. Right. I've basically said hello to everyone already, and you couldn't hear me. So, yeah, Hannah, you know, Christ, I'm an amateur. You can hear me, right. Yes, right, I'll say this again then, because I've already said this. I've already talked about what we're going to do tonight. I've already discussed what's happening next week, and no one's here. No one was there. I thought, why is nobody answering me? Anyway, Simon, welcome to you. Lenny Russell, Turbo Gig Woof. Hannah, welcome to you. Malcolm X, long-term view of the channel. Turbo Gig Woof. Lenny Russell. I've done all this once already, as I say. Neil Hyde, welcome to you. Right, so basically what we're going to do. I know I've put out a post today to get your questions for tonight's live stream. But what we're going to do in this stream is actually go through a couple of interesting points concerning the CCRC appeal document. And I'm going to save your questions for one of the streams which is going to be taking place next week. This will probably be, I say probably because I wasn't intending on streaming tonight. I'll get into that in a minute. But this will probably be the last stream for this week. And then we're going to have 2 or 3 live streams next week. What I have also done is for members of the channel, there's going to be 2 private live streams, and that's going to be separate to what we're doing. So don't worry, you're not going to miss out if you're not a member of the channel. You're still going to get 2 or 3 live streams a week. But for those guys who are members of the channel, I'm going to be giving, or doing, I should say, 2 live streams per week, or possibly per month, depending on how we get on. No, it'll be 2 live streams per month for members of the channel. Private live streams just for members of the channel. The reason I've done that is because I do have a few members, not particularly many, but I've got a small section, and I haven't really offered people any perks for becoming a member of the channel. So I thought maybe by doing a private live stream with you guys, members of the channel, that will, give back to you in a little way. 76 people here so far. That's going to climb, no doubt, as we go through this evening. 94 now. If you can hit the like button, guys, it does help the algorithm and all that shizzle. Right, but yeah, if you want to become a member of the channel, you can find out how to do so in the description box below. And as I say, private live streams for members of the channel will be taking place. It will just be to catch up with myself, discuss the case a little bit, probably be a similar format to what we do here, maybe like an hour long. And as I say, that's just to give back to the guys who have become members of the channel recently. Airzism, hopefully I pronounced that right. You've got such an awkward name. Good evening, welcome to you. Hope you're doing well as well. Hawkeye, thanks for joining us. Jono, Ryan Harris. I can't believe that. Yeah, so basically, I plugged in my mic. I thought everything was good, and then I had this sort of error come up, USB error. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to schedule the stream. And then I started off, welcoming everybody, talking about what we're going to discuss. And then I'm just looking at the chat box thinking, no one's even answering me. And then you're saying he's late, as usual, Am I late? I'm not that late usually. Come on, man. I'm usually about 8 o'clock. Hot Tub Hire Doncaster. Oof. How are you? Elaine, welcome to you. Long-time viewer of the channel. Let's just scroll up because I'm bound to have missed a few people. We'll give it a few minutes for people to jump in and then we'll crack on. As I say, do hit the like button if you can. I also got a couple of comments from the New York detective, the retired special detective from New York, regarding him appearing on the channel. I'm going to send him over an email, or ping him over an email regarding some details regarding the case. He's going to join us at some stage in a future live stream to discuss how this crime scene could have been processed differently, what they would normally do over there. I think that'd be quite good to sort of contrast what's taken place here with the handling of this crime, the early investigation, and combine that to how how they would work in New York based. I think it'd be quite an interesting thing to look at, definitely. Right, let's have a look here. How have you all been doing anyway? Have you had a good day? Hopefully you've been doing well. Basically, my day revolved around a little bit of tennis this morning, came home, and then I didn't get a video out today, so I thought to myself, I'll do a live stream instead, because I had a few things to do this afternoon. But what's going to happen next week? As I say, this will probably be the last live stream of this week. I'm away on Friday, so you're not going to get too much content over the weekend, I wouldn't have thought. But then we'll be back to 2 or 3 live streams next week, and that's going to continue onwards until Christmas. So, Kev GT82, welcome to you. I will make that announcement again regarding the membership thing, or the members of the channel, once more people are here. And I did actually say thank you to Essex True Crime, but he didn't hear me. Essex True Crime is moderating the chat on his own, I believe, this evening, unless Dave's Films pops in. So, yeah, massive thanks to Essex True Crime for doing that this evening whilst he's at work. Much appreciated. And as I say, we're going to go through probably 4 or 5 different topics from the CCRC appeal document, just discussing it with you guys in the chat. And the questions, as I said earlier, will be saved up for a live stream, which will be taking place next week. Anyway, let's jump into it, shall we? Right. Okay, so let's have a look here. I've written down some pointers. Section 83, or 83. Let's have a look here. So just to give you a little bit of background regarding this is the discussion regarding Pat Tate's body being found with no keys, no house keys on it. It's quite an interesting little pointer to talk about. Mark Brady has just become a member of the channel. Thank you, Mark. That's greatly appreciated. So let's just read this off, and then we'll do a little bit of discussion regarding this, what it could mean, what they're trying to point at here. And it states the following: Section 83. Mr. Steele submits that this is cause for much speculation that no house keys were discovered on Mr. Tate's person at post-mortem. The Commission notes the officer's report of DC Winston, which states that he was at Mr. Tate's address with Sarah Saunders on the 9th of December 1995 when Liz Fletcher arrived and returned front door keys to the premises, keys to the Mercedes car, index Echo 532 November Mike uniform, and Miss Saunders' mobile phone. So basically what he's saying here, what Steele is saying, is that Tate didn't actually have any house keys on him. Now, after they were going down the lane, they were due to go onto this mill, weren't they, in Romford? And what he's saying is has the crime scene been tampered with here? Were Pat Tate's house keys taken from him? Why has this individual got no house keys on him? Now, we know that Liz Fletcher was a frequent visitor to Pat Tate's property, yet she claimed that on the evening in question, she wasn't staying over there. She had no intention of being there when Tate came home. So Steele's really saying, how was Tate going to get in? Where the hell are Pat Tate's front door keys, pretty much? Anyway, let's just carry on here, because it probably will discuss that. Return the front door keys and mobile phone. The Commission also notes that Sarah Saunders described this event in her police interview. See pages 13 to 15 of the record of tape-recorded interview for the 13th of June 1996. The Commission acknowledges that this still does not explain why Mr. Tate had no house keys on his person, since he was not scheduled to meet Miss Fletcher on the evening in question, but had arranged to meet Claire Carey at his house. She apparently had no door key either, according to her witness statement dated the 8th of December. She waited outside Mr. Tate's address for him to return. In addition, it could be presumed that Mr. Tate had house keys in his possession when he left the house and locked up the premises, leaving a note for Miss Carey. So that's again another point worthy of discussion. How has he locked his front door? Is it just a case of shutting the door? Did it lock automatically? And how was Tate actually going to get back indoors? If Liz Fletcher wasn't going to be there that night, he was supposed to meet up with Claire Carey. She doesn't have a door key. So Michael Steele is basically saying, has someone taken that front door key from the body of Pat Tate? It's quite interesting. I wonder if that front door key ever turned up. It's quite an interesting point, actually. And as I say, we've probably got about 4 or 5 of these to discuss this evening, including the locked 5-bar gate. It's quite an interesting thing as well. Quite an interesting topic to discuss. I've mixed up some of the photographs here. I've downloaded some of the ones that I use for my videos just to mix things up a bit this evening. I'm going to jump onto the live chat very shortly. And these photographs here were ones I took back in April. My last visit, actually. April, I think it was. End of April. Right, let's just jump in here. 137 of you here at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Greatly appreciated, as always. The report is wrong on that part. All right, go on in, Essex True Crime. Let's see what you've got to say. She waited inside. Have we seen a document that states that at all? I haven't personally, so I can't really comment on it. Gav, welcome to you. Thanks for joining us this evening. Kev, you haven't missed anything. You did actually miss 3 minutes of me talking to myself when I actually thought I was live, and I wasn't. I guess we can call that kind of a warm up, I suppose. But yeah, it went a little bit wrong at the beginning, but we're all good now. So, and as I say, we'll probably go for like an hour, like we usually do. And this will be, as I say, the last live stream for this week. I'm going to get a new video out tomorrow, all being well. And then the live streams will start again from next week, probably 2 or 3 next week, I'd imagine. Claire Carey was the last to see the... Right, Essex True Crime, have you seen any documents stating that Claire Carey waited inside? That was my question. Roy Newport. Don't believe in suspicious about the gate. Yeah, no, it's not talking about where... I think Roy... Let me just read out what Roy said here. Roy Newport. Gemma M, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Much appreciated. Don't think it is suspicious about the gate. The hit happened where it was supposed to happen. Yeah, I think you're maybe alluding to the fact that they were killed elsewhere, possibly. A lot of people talk about this. Oh, it drives me mad. But what they're basically saying is when we get to that point, they're talking about the locked 5-bar gate, and they're going to basically say, where's the aerial shot here? That the Range Rover potentially arrived from this side through the fields and then somehow reversed through the gate or something. It's weird. We'll get to it. Don't worry. We're going to get to that. Okay. I will bring that up very shortly. Thanks, Gemma, for becoming a member. Much appreciated. I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but as I said earlier, there will be 2 live streams per month. Private live streams just for members, because I haven't actually given my members any perks whatsoever since creating the membership program. And really, as I say, it's just to give back to you guys. There's going to be 2 private live streams for members of the channel every month on top of what we're already doing. As I said earlier, there's going to be 2 or 3 live streams per week taking place with you guys, and there will be 2 private live streams for members of the channel. Okay, right. We'll get back to that in a second regarding the gate. I'm just going to catch up. Essex True Crime said he's said too much. Right, okay. Lenny Russell. Crime scene to courtroom. What has happened with the paranormal side of things? I don't know. I mean, I did put out a post, didn't I, a long time ago. Because I have been... I'm going to admit this, okay? I've been a fan of the paranormal. I'm not going to lie. I do like a little bit of paranormal stuff. Yeah, and I put a post out there. Excuse me. I did put a post out there quite a while ago, just saying, would you guys like it if I did something along the lines of that, or possibly with Southend Guy Paranormal? Would that be something you'd be interested in? And I think it was like 65% said yes, and 35% said no. So yeah, it was a little bit hit and miss, really. Yeah, I mean, it's genuinely something I'm really interested in. I wouldn't say I'm a complete believer by any stretch of imagination. I'm actually probably quite sceptical, but it does interest me. I think you can still be sceptical but have an interest in it at the same time. So yeah, I don't have any immediate plans anyway to put on my wizard's cloak and go down there with my EVP box, whatever you call it. So, but you never know. The future, you never know in the future. Could happen. Essex True Crime. Pat lifted the gate out of the post. Yeah, you never know, do you? You never know. Right, let's, Roy Newport, thank you for that kind compliment, sir. Much appreciated. And I think I said this earlier, but yeah, let us know how you're all doing in the chat. It's great to catch up with you, as I say, on a personal level, not just banging on about the Essex Boys all the time. And I think really that's what these private live streams for the members is going to be. It's not just going to be all focused on the case. It's going to be more sort of like a little bit more light-hearted, just connecting, and giving back to the people that support the channel pretty much. And not so completely focused on the Essex Boys stuff. Yes. The thing is, that's what I say. I do like the paranormal stuff. I have to say, I've got an interest in it. Wouldn't say I'm a believer necessarily, but definitely an interest there. Ross said, is that coming out in a documentary? There is talk of a documentary, isn't there? A Sky documentary. I don't actually know anything about it, to be perfectly honest. No one's approached me to do with it or told me any information on it. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. Let's have a look here. Mr. E, there's a video just been posted about Jasper. Yeah, I got about 3/4 of the way through it. And then I had to stop what I was doing to come and entertain you lovely people. So, yeah, you know. Hannah S, which member do you have to be for both of them, Hannah? There's no tier situation. I think there's gold and diamond tier, I think, in terms of the membership. Either. Even if you're a gold member, even if you're the lowest one, it's not a problem. You'll still be invited to the private live stream. I'm not gonna put a paywall up or anything stupid like that. As I say, if you're a member, you're going to get access to those private live streams. Not a problem. Right, let's have a look here. Teresa, yeah, you missed it. Like I said, I was banging on there for ages, and I thought, come on, you know, where's the chat? You know, no one's even saying hello. It's not like you lot. And then I actually realised that the reason that it still said live stream, you know, that picture that I had as the thumbnail, the reason why that was there is because I wasn't actually live. You need to actually click the button that says go live. Yeah, amateur. Right, anyway, let's carry on. What have we got here? So let's have a look at section 186. This is to do with Donna Jaggers. There is another name I call her, but I'm not going to announce that on here. Don't you dare put it in the chat either, Essex True Crime, or you will be banned. Section 186. Let's get to it. Okay, issue 15. It is submitted that Donna Jaggers' witness statement, 14th of the 3rd, 1996. Now, to give people an idea of what statement that is, that's the statement that we've gone over probably about 10 times on the channel. You know, that really in-depth one about Craig was going to meet Mickey the pilot. I was with Craig on this deal, that deal. It's that really, really in-depth statement, basically. So that's the one that they're referring to on the 14th of the 3rd. So issue 15, it is submitted that Donna Jaggers' witness statement, the 14th of the 3rd, 1996, contradicts her account as reported by D.I. Florence in his report R4, 8th of the 12th, 95, and the police message M93, also dated the 8th of December, 1995. So we're talking one day after the discovery of the bodies of Tucker, Tate and Rolfe. The Commission has considered Ms. Jaggers' witness statement, S142A, dated the 14th of March, report R4 by ex-DI Florence and police message M93. The Commission notes that the CPS disclosed report R4 in slightly redacted form to the applicants before their trial on the 11th of April 1997. And you'll find this with a lot of this in this CCRC appeal document. Obviously, this is an appeal process, so Womes and Steele's legal team, they're looking at stuff that wasn't taken before the court. They're bringing up possibly new evidence. But it turns out that quite a lot of what is in this CCRC appeal document was actually disclosed to the defence at the time. But the defence hasn't chose to use that information. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense, hopefully? We'll get onto that. That's a completely another topic. But yeah, we'll get onto that someday. It was forwarded to the Defence Counsel on the 23rd of April 1997. So basically what they're saying there is that this report by D.I. Florence, taken from Donna Jaggers, was given to Defence Counsel. So they were aware of it in slightly redacted form. It follows that report R4 was also available to be utilised in the applicant's appeal hearings in 1999 and 2006. In any event, the Commission does not consider Ms. Jaggers' account as described in Report R4 to be inconsistent with her trial evidence, nor do the details contained in Police Report R4 give rise to a real possibility that a Court of Appeal would overturn the convictions if the case were referred now. Right, so this is the crux of it basically, this next part here, 187. The Commission notes that message M93 refers to Miss Jaggers last seeing Mr. Rolfe on the morning of the 6th of December, rather than at around 5:45 on the evening of the 6th of December. So we have the story, don't we, of Donna Jaggers, that she's dropped off at Lakeside Shopping Centre. Now, according to this report taken the day after the bodies were discovered, She claims, or has stated in that report, that the last time that she saw Craig Rolfe was on the morning of the 6th. No discussion about being dropped off at Lakeside, but the last time she saw him would have been on the morning. So it's very, very odd, really strange. And what I can't get my head around, though, is that if the Defence Counsel has seen this, then why aren't they using it? Why are they not using it to throw a lot of doubt in terms of the timeline? It's weird. Very, very weird. The applicants have not informed the Commission when message M93 was disclosed to them, but the Commission recognises that it could have been used in cross-examination of Miss Jaggers at trial if it had been available to the defence at that stage. So, well, we know it was, don't we? Because, let's have a look here. What did it say here? It was forwarded to the Defence Counsel on the 23rd of April. So they did have it, and they could have used it in cross-examination of Miss Jaggers at trial. That's quite interesting. That's another document we don't have, isn't it? The cross-examination of Donna Jaggers. Could you imagine that? Christ. That would be something to witness, I'm sure. I'd love to see Essex True Crime do a narration of Donna Jaggers' cross-examination in court. He could put on his lovely female accent that he does so well, you know. I'd love that. Right, let's have a look here. Let's pick a different photograph here. Going to catch up with the chat in a minute, guys, so just bear with me. I can't do multitasking. What should we do? Let's have this one, shall we? No. Let's go for that one. Right. Okay. Just going to catch up with what you guys are saying. 165 people here at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Greatly appreciated, as always. Go for the paranormal. Roy's up for it. He loves a bit of ghost action. He wants a bit of that paranormal. Right, just going to scroll back through the chat, guys, so bear with me if it's a little bit quiet. Lutonian, thank you for joining us this evening. Gav Dog in the house, as always. Did I talk to you? Right, just answer me very quickly. Did you hear me discuss the New York detective? Or was I muted? Or was I basically speaking to myself at that point in time? Did I give you a little announcement regarding the New York detective? Let me know. What is this female accent, Essex? Yeah, you need to go... Right, so Lenny, yeah, if you go onto Essex True Crime's channel and look for Sarah Saunders' police statement, it's a BAFTA award-winning performance. I'm putting my name to that, personally. If you'd like to check that out, it's an award-winning performance of two different people that he takes off. One female, one male, but it's basically him doing the same voices. Not the same voices, it's him doing two voices. So go and check that out. Essex True Crime's channel, search for Sarah Saunders' police statement. BAFTA award-winning nominee. No, I didn't hear anything. Right, okay. So again, something else I've mentioned when I was talking to myself earlier and I wasn't broadcasting. Right, so when I finished my live stream last time, yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday. When I finished the stream yesterday, I literally got a comment from the retired special detective from New York. He said, I've just missed the live stream. And I said, I was mentioning you on there regarding coming on the stream and talking about this case. So I'm going to ping him over an email. I've got to draw up an email for him tomorrow just to give him some case background. And what he's going to do is going to take a look at that, and then he's going to join us on one of our live streams. He's a really great bloke. He actually sounds like Bruce Willis to me, but he's a really great bloke. He's got a channel called Analysis of a Crime. I think that's what it's called. Analysis of a Crime. He mainly focuses on the Delphi murders at the moment, but as I say, he's a retired special detective from New York. Really, really great guy. And the plan is to have him on one of the live streams to basically talk about how they would have processed this scene. If this had happened in America, if this had happened, bearing in mind they obviously get a lot of snow, a lot of sort of wintry conditions there, similar to what they were faced with on December the 6th. It'd be just nice to get a different opinion on where they fell short, what they should have done, or what they would have done over in New York compared to what they've done in this instance in sunny old Essex. Yeah, I think that'd be quite a good discussion, actually. Yeah, it's going to be really good. He's an excellent chap. I've been speaking to him for a long, long time via email and on WhatsApp and stuff. Analysis of a Crime. I'm sure that's what his channel's called. Analysis of a Crime. I'll put a post up later on just to show you. He's been on quite a few different podcasts talking about Delphi. And he does sound like Bruce Willis. Christ. Yeah. Dead ringer. Right, okay. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Lenny. Yeah, that's the idea. And he's very, very clued up on all the sort of technical stuff. What would be the normal procedure? And I'm not saying that this is, that's the way they do it in New York. This is what they should have done. It'd just be interesting to see how they would have processed that crime scene, how they would have preserved certain, possible, footprints in the snow, that sort of stuff. What is important when investigating a scene like this where you've got evidence which is melting, you're losing evidence by the minute? How would you preserve that? What are the most important things to do early on? Yeah, it'd just be really good, really interesting to take or get his opinion, I should say. Right, let's have a look here. Just going to scroll back because you are banging out these chats here this evening and I'm getting lost a little bit, so just bear with me a minute. Right, let's have a look here. Rambo, welcome to you. Stephen Davies, welcome to you. Shirley, here she is. She led us astray last night. Do you remember that, guys, when we were looking through that Blogs 19 book for about 2 hours, trying to find out if Darren Nichols was wearing trainers? You're naughty, you are, Shirley, I tell you. Let's have a look here. Neil Hyde, I think I've already said hello to you. But yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it, about that Donna Jaggers report. But again here, why do we not have the defence using this material, especially when cross-examining Donna Jaggers? She's got such an elaborate statement, hasn't she, regarding the comings and goings of Michael Steele and all the drug deals that they did and all that sort of stuff. They really needed to I wouldn't say try and discredit her as a person, but if I was on the defence, then of course you'd be using something like that, that report, especially because it's with D.I. Florence, the very individual who, by all accounts, I've been told, she ended up in a relationship with. So I don't know. Very odd. And I'm not sure if you heard this earlier, guys. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But the questions that you have asked for tonight's live stream are going to be saved for a stream next week. And I've just realised I've got a Jack Daniels here and I haven't even broken into it yet. Christ. That's how dedicated I am to these live streams. Even Jack Daniels just goes out the window. But not now. It is in my possession. Right. What are you guys drinking tonight? Hopefully you've got a nice beverage or a Yorkshire tea. That always goes down rather well. Oh, there we go. Lutonian. Are we getting any more Judas Pig? I did speak about this in a previous stream. I love narrating that book. Really love it. The viewing figures on the first 2 episodes weren't particularly mind-blowing. They were okay. So my idea really is to not release episodes. It's to actually record the entire thing. It's like 300 pages. So it's good. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't even want to know how many hours it would take me to actually narrate that. I'd say it's probably well over 100 hours work easily. But my loose plan, don't hold me to this, is to record it and have it released around Christmas. As one big video. I don't think releasing episodes is probably the right thing to do. I think it would do quite well if I release it as a whole. And that is in the pipeline. It's quite interesting though, because people talk to me about what are my opinions of that book. And I haven't actually read it. I am as far in as I've narrated. So everything that I narrate is being read by me for the first time pretty much. So I don't know what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Some people have talked about stuff that happens in the middle of the book and whatever. But as I say, I've got no idea until I actually get there. But as I say, the idea is to release that as a full video of the whole book. But it's a lot of work, basically, just to keep it short. Hannah S wants a little bit of paranormal action as well. I do love a bit of paranormal. I do. I'd be lying if I said I don't. But I absolutely do. I used to be a fan of the old Most Haunted back in the day. Do you guys remember that? Until they found out that it was all a load of crap. Still one of my funniest clips of Most Haunted. And if you want to have a good laugh, type in YouTube Most Haunted Mary Loves Dick. You will not be disappointed. And also Ghost Adventures. That's a good show. Hope there's no children watching this stream. Let's have a look here. You'll disappear after you're done. I don't know if you're talking to me, Essex True Crime. Oh, ADM, Blogs 19, worth a read or not? Yeah, definitely. I don't know what I prefer. I think I prefer Blogs 19. Out of Blogs 19 and Once Upon a Time in Essex. I'd have to say that Blogs 19, I like that one more. Obviously because of its factual content more than anything. And what I like about Blogs 19 is that this was written. This is what really surprises me. Is this book was written before we had the website, before we had all these statements released. I mean, how hard would it have been for him to have just thrown in a load of rubbish? He didn't know that there was going to be a website that would come out in later years of all the witness statements and information regarding the case. But it's very, very factually accurate, which I really appreciate. Bear with me a minute. I'm just going to shut my window. Didn't realise I hadn't done that. Just bear with me. Bloody noisy neighbours. Okay. Hang on a minute. There we go. Right, yeah, definitely worth a read. You can get it on Amazon. It's not very expensive. It's about $5.99, I think. Or you can check out my audio version of it. Excuse me, my audiobook version of it. If you just type in the Essex Boys, the Essex Boys, the story of the Range Rover murders. There's a picture of Pat Tate as the thumbnail, and that's the whole. I've basically narrated the whole book, so it's like 6 hours long or something. So. 176 people here this evening. Welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me. Always appreciated. What do you mean sort the volume, Jason Nunn? Is the volume gone again, is it? Just let me know if the audio's okay. You might have been saying that because I was just shutting the window. Let me know if the audio's okay, guys. Just let me know. Who killed the Essex Boys? Are you talking about what's his name? Something. Alex Duggan? Something? Is that his name? Will I be buying Bomb's next book when it's out? The thing is, I haven't got all the books. What have I got? I've got Blogs 19, I've got Once Upon a Time in Essex, and I've got one of the original ones, but I haven't got all of them. But yeah, I'll definitely buy it. I'm up for a bit of reading. Right, here we go. Ryan Harris. How will the private stream work? Will it be through YouTube? Yes, it will be through YouTube. So just to clarify again, anyone who becomes a member of the channel, you can find out how to do that in the description box below. Anyone who becomes a member of the channel will be getting 2 private live streams every month. That's just to give back to you guys. I haven't done any perks for my members of the channel. Shame on me. But yeah, it'll be on YouTube. You'll get a link. I'd imagine you'll get a link sent to you, or I can post a link. Basically, I can put posts out to members only anyway. So I'll put a post out, and only the members it'll only be visible to members of the channel, basically. If you want to become a member, find out how to do so in the video description box below. But we're going to be continuing with 2 or 3 live streams anyway for everybody, every single week up until Christmas. So you're not going to be missing out on anything. It's just something extra to give back to people who have become members of the channel, and basically because I'm incredibly lazy. Right, let's have a look here. Cray Kerno, are you from Cornwall by any chance? I wonder. Have you ever covered the first Steele and Wombs trial? I'm still catching up on your vids. If you mean the interviews or something like that, or we haven't got the cross-examination, have we? We haven't got the cross-examination in court of Wombs and Steele. That's more documents that I'd love to be able to narrate for you, but we just don't have them, sadly. Yeah, bit of a shame, really. I'm not reading that out, Mr. SP. Mr. SP, excuse my name. Always enjoy your content. Thank you. Much appreciated. SP Sausage, let's just call you that, okay? We can get away with that. You are from Cornwall. I know Cornwall very well. Lived in Devon for 10 years. Right, let's have a look here. I like the narrations, easier to digest sometimes. Yeah, and as I say, if you type in the Essex Boys, the story of the Range Rover murders, it's my 6-hour marathon of Blogs 19, basically. I would like to do that as well. I've talked about this. I really want to do like a proper epic stream one day, like 6 or 7 hours long, where we have like either a watch-along of Blogs 19 or a watch-along of Once Upon a Time in Essex. Maybe we'll do that on like December the 6th, maybe, or December the 5th. I really do want to do like a super, super long stream though. Am I capable of a 7-hour stream? I run out of things to say in about an hour, so don't know. I'll have to be careful with the JDs as well. Right, let's have a look here. Yeah, Cornwall's lovely. Get down the lane with Adam, says Shirley. I do speak to Adam actually, occasionally. I would go down there with him. We could probably arrange something between ourselves. I keep trying to get, as I say earlier, as I said in a previous stream, Essex True Crime to join me down the lane. You know, for a bit of action. Not in that way, but you know, record a video together. But he's not having it. He's not having any of it. Oh, SP Sausage. Can I just call you? I'm just going to call you SP, okay? Because people are going to think I'm taking the absolute piss here. Ha ha. No one likes calling... I'm not saying that. I am part of a pro gaming team, so call myself that just to make my teammates uncomfortable. Excellent. Love it. Pro gaming. Awesome. That's great. Right, let's have a look. Tyrone, can't you get hold of the missing statements? No, sadly not. They're all probably locked away in those 120 mystery crates that we always hear so much about. Yeah, the very crates that no one's got access to. Well, apart from the defence team. Let's have a look here. I can't believe I bodged the bloody start of this stream, man. Jesus. Oh, well, at least it's not recorded. No, it isn't, actually. No, it isn't. That's fine. So that's good. Oh, right, okay. Mel says, I think Adam said he wasn't doing Essex Boys again. Yeah, he says that, doesn't he? But then he keeps going back to it. So I'd imagine that he's probably is going to do something at some point. 196 of you here at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's great to see you all. I'm really getting into these live streams. I tell you, I'm really getting into them. God, I started this. When did I start the live streams? I remember exactly when I started the live streams. Back in lockdown. It was back in lockdown, wasn't it? Christ, long time ago. Yeah, I remember those first few live streams. I always get a little bit nervous before the live streams. Don't know why. Even now, I do get a little bit nervous. But yeah, especially when you're talking to yourself for 3 minutes, then you realise you haven't even gone live. Let's have a look here. Just going to catch up with your chat, guys. So if I go quiet, you know why. Yeah, well, I wonder if Darren Nichols joins us on these live streams. I bet that's him. I bet it's Sausage Daddy. I bet that's him. He pretends he's a pro gamer. I reckon that's probably Darren Nichols. I am kidding, by the way. Don't harass the poor bloke. Right, let's have a look here. Oh yeah, hit the like button, guys. I also said that when I thought I was recording earlier. Hit the like button, much appreciated. It does help the algorithm. If you enjoy the streams and you want to see more of them, do smash that like button. Right, okay. Well, that's good to hear, the shell magnets. Yes, well, yeah, you were in a very compromised position yesterday, weren't you, when you were dropping your messages in the chat box? Right, so far we've done Tate's Keys and Donna Jaggers. Let's move on now to the mystery of the locked 5-bar gate, shall we? Section 82, that will be. So before we get there, let's just bring up a picture of this, the world's most famous locked gate, you could say. Right, we'll just keep it like that for a moment. You'll understand why in a minute. Okay, what is it? Section 82. So let's go back up here. Here we are, one bloody hell miles away. Hang on. Area 82. Right, okay. In his submissions regarding the scene of the crime, Mr. Steele also observes, after studying the crime scene photographs, that the gate, which was in front of the vehicle, appears to be capable of being opened without unlocking the chain, as one of the gate posts appears to be capable of removal from its footing. So basically, what Michael Steele is saying here is that, and we can't see because it is literally right at the bottom here, but he's basically saying that you could lift this gate post out and the gate would open. Basically, that's what he's saying. And it then goes on to talk about, and we'll get to this in a minute obviously, but it then goes on to discuss, well, okay, the gate has been opened without unlocking it. The Range Rover potentially has arrived from the other side of the locked 5-bar gate and has somehow then turned itself around to be facing the gate, and the gate has then been put back into its footing. So, yeah, it's a little bit far-fetched, but interesting though, isn't it? I suppose, really. What do you guys think? Do you think you could open that gate without unlocking it? I guess it depends how deep it is down there, doesn't it, really? Could you? If you lifted it up... Well, yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah. But I mean, that's what every farm gate's going to look like, isn't it? Unless it's concreted in at the base. So, yeah, it is a little bit of a stretch in it, really, I suppose. But let's carry on anyway. Okay, Mr. Steele also points out that Mr. Steele also points out that there appears to be tyre tracks on the opposite side of the gate. The Commission has been provided with images which depict these tracks. It is suggested that the Range Rover may have arrived in Workhouse Lane from this direction. The Commission has considered this theory, but considers it to be pure speculation. There is no new evidence to suggest that the Range Rover actually did arrive in Workhouse Lane from the other direction. For the Commission's view of the likelihood of the theory being correct, see the first bullet point of paragraph 53 above. In the absence of such new evidence, this submission cannot give rise to a real possibility that the convictions would be overturned by the Court of Appeal. Right, let me just go back here to paragraph 53 a minute. Where are we? 53, here we go. Oh yeah, that's talking about this, that funny eyewitness account. Where is it? Let's have a look here. Right, bear with me. 55. Is it really paragraph 53? Necessary. Commissioners there. It's considered a real possibility. No. Right, okay. Towards Southwood and Ferrers, it appears therefore that the vehicle had already passed the entrance to Workhouse Lane. Oh, right, here we go. I mean, to me this just sounds absolutely mental, but we'll read it out. Mr. Wright describes a Range Rover approaching the Rettendon Turnpike from the north and turning left, i.e. east, towards Southwood and Ferrers. It appears therefore that the vehicle had already passed the entrance to Workhouse Lane when it was seen by Mr. Wright. It follows that if it were the victim's vehicle, the Range Rover would have either had to turn around and go back to Workhouse Lane via the old A130, which I guess it could have done, or travel to Workhouse Lane via Rectory Lane and across the fields of White House Farm. The Commission considers the latter scenario to be highly unlikely, as it would have involved crossing the fields, lifting the locked gate out of its footing, turning the Range Rover around in the lane for no obvious reason, and then replacing the locked gate into its footing. Yeah, it is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? So what they're trying to say there is that the Range Rover arrived from this direction, where the locked 5-bar gate was, across the fields from Rectory Lane, and then turned around in the lane and parked by the gate, and then the gate was put back into its footing. Yeah, it's weird. I'll tell you what I would like to hear from, if there's anyone in the chat who believes that they were killed elsewhere, can you write in the comment section, because I want to talk to you about why you believe that and what tells you that that's a possibility. Because I do get a lot of comments, quite frequently actually, of saying they were killed elsewhere and think, I've got a lot of theoretical points to talk about which suggest that they weren't killed elsewhere. But I'm interested if you could tell me why you believe they were, and do you have any evidence of that, basically. 210 people here. Welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me this evening. Much appreciated. Why was the sunroof open? Probably because it's easier to demist the windscreen, isn't it? Rather than having the window down in the vehicle, you'd have the sunroof open. Bloody Mr. Roy told me this ages ago. It does make a lot of sense. As they had like 3 or 4 people in the Range Rover, they'd be talking between themselves. Rather than having the window open to help demist the window, they've got the sunroof open, haven't they? It's because of the conditions, basically. I can't believe I haven't had a sip of this JD yet. How long have we been going? Nearly 46 minutes. Christ. Right. Yeah, you say that, Lenny, but I get comments, I would say probably at least 10 a week, saying they were killed elsewhere and then they were moved to the lane. And I've even heard some ridiculous idea that they were killed. The killer then sat in the driver's seat with Craig Rolfe on his lap. I'm not kidding. And then they drove to the lane with Craig Rolfe on the killer's lap. It's like, ugh. Blows my mind. Okay, I'm just going to catch up with the chat in a minute, guys, so just bear with me. Just give me a few minutes here. How could there only be one footprint in the snow? Depends if there's a second vehicle involved somehow. We don't know that's the biggest issue. We don't know what the scene was like when the bodies were discovered. It's completely different to what you see on those crime scene photographs because they were taken hours and hours later. So we don't know. There could have been footprints there. That might have been the only one that was left. There could have been some sort of tyre track or something that's disappeared, that's fallen away. We don't know. Just don't know. Because they didn't start taking photographs of the crime scene till after lunch, and they were found at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, not good, is it, really? Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Oh. Jordan Russell, I want to visit the lane. It's a shame it's so different. Yeah. I would say if you do plan on visiting, just remember that it is very close to private property, very close to White House Farm. Just be respectful if you do go there. I don't think there'll be any problems. All right, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. That's funny, actually. You know that I've just seen Essex True Crime mention the pond thing. Because you know they've got those ponds there at White House Farm. So when I went there last time, I'm pretty sure it's in my last visit. You know when I went there and it was really sunny, end of April, I tried to get to those lakes, but they have loads of trespassing signs up that say no trespassing beyond this point. And they haven't got that anywhere else. It says like live firing range and all this, that and the other. And I tried to get to the fishing lakes, but there was people actually fishing there and someone firing some sort of bloody weapon right over the other side of the hill. So I thought, yeah, it said do not go past this point. So yeah, I didn't. Let's have a look here. Just scroll back a minute, bear with me. Matt Francis has been having a kip by all accounts. High crime scene to courtroom. I missed you as I only just woken up. We'll watch this tomorrow after I download it. Yeah, no worries, Matt, no worries. There isn't any new video out this evening. It's just going to be the live stream. There'll be a new video out tomorrow. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about tomorrow. I was thinking about doing it regarding the analysis of that gear that was found at West Hanningfield, because there was analysis done of the cannabis found at West Hanningfield, and that thrown in the pits by Darren Nichols. They tried to compare the two to see if it was the same batch, it was from the same source. I've got a statement based on that, so I might do a video regarding that or something else if anything else springs to mind. It's weird, I just get ideas for videos and then just sort of run with it. It's quite sort of not particularly planned out, to be honest. Henry James, welcome to you. It's my first time watching you live, watching your live stream. Thank you for joining us, Henry. Yeah, I'm getting into these live streams. I really am. I'm loving them. I'm absolutely loving them. It also stops me stressing out about making content, because my days are like super busy at the moment. So I don't have to necessarily stress about getting home, thinking of a video, recording one. I can always do a live stream instead. So yeah, it kind of takes the pressure off me. It works for both of us, really. You get to speak to me. I get to do a live stream, everyone's happy. And bearing in mind, obviously, it takes me about 4 to 6 hours to create a video anyway, whereas I could do like a 1 or 2 hour live stream, and people seem to be quite happy with that. So, and as I say, thank you for those of you who have become members this evening. I haven't got your names in front of me now, but I did say thank you to you when they popped up, so hopefully that should be all fine. Much appreciated as always. Jordan Russell, do you honestly think it was Mickey, Steele and Jack Williams? As I said in a previous video, I did release a video with my thoughts recently. I can't say that they're not convicted. I can't say they're not connected to the murders, but I don't believe they physically pulled the trigger. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the way the crime scene looks and the way the crime was committed. And as I say, I'm not here to convince anybody. It's just my personal opinion. They may have had some involvement with it, involvement in the murders or getting them down the lane, but I just don't think they were the people that pulled the trigger. And I think that there's a third party involved somewhere down the line. Let's have a look here. Oh, interesting. On one, thank you for your comment there. I've been to the lane in Rettendon after fishing at Hanningfield. Interesting. It's been changed to stop people coming. Should have put a shop there. Yeah, they should have actually. But you say that though. But that's probably not true because they've actually got a public war memorial there, which Adam has visited, hasn't he? Which has got loads of information about different wars and stuff, and that's open to the public. They've put that there so that people from the public go and visit it. So I don't think it's being changed to stop people going there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a war museum there, would they? Basically, let's have a look. No super chat. Is there no super chat? There should be a super chat. It's you see that little dollar button in the chat box. See where the chat box is there, that little dollar sign. If you click that, that's how you can send a super chat. If anyone wants to support the stream, it'll be much appreciated. You can use super chat if you wish to do so, or become a member of the channel. You can find out how to do that in the video description box below. Neil Hyde, LWD is selling tickets for the lane still. Is he really? Interesting. Are the police still investigating this case? No, absolutely not. It's all cut and shut as far as they're concerned. Let's have a look. ADM, why would Tate have keys if there was a possibility he hadn't been there before? Are you talking about the keys on his body, or are you talking about keys to the gate? Let's have a look here. SP, I don't know if he's having us on. He's a pro gamer, and he's also an ex-police officer in the Met. He could be having us on here, guys. I'm an ex-police officer in the Met, and in my opinion, the crime scene would have definitely been different if Michael Steele and Jack Williams were the murderers, and it happened how it is documented. The crime scene. That's what I mean. It just doesn't look like those individuals have committed the crime. And I know some people will say, oh, well, how hard is it to walk up and shoot like 3 people? It's probably a lot harder than you think it is. Not being funny. Waiting down that freezing cold lane. You've never killed anybody before in your life. It's pretty much pitch black. God, the adrenaline. God, can you imagine that? I mean, Jesus, yeah. If that's the first time that someone's done that, I'd be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be quite surprised. Let's have a look here. Keys to the gate. Yeah, there's nothing to say that any one of those 3 individuals had keys to the gate. It's quite interesting though, wasn't it, when they talk about the gate, about the fishing syndicate. I can't remember how many keys there were. Was it a dozen keys? A dozen people or a dozen keys were made for the gate? And they changed the lock, didn't they? When was that? April? It was like April 95, I think, from memory. I can't believe I remember. The thing is, I can't remember anything in my normal life. Dates of birth, people's birthdays. But I remember weird things like this. Yeah, strange. Were the windows broken? The, near side rear of the Range Rover, that window was broken. That's the only broken window in the vehicle, actually, on the vehicle. Let's have a look here. Well, you would think so, Lenny, wouldn't you? I mean, it's not... I think people get confused because people watch films, they think, oh, yeah, it's easy. Just walk up, bang, 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 walk away. Easy. It's not that easy. You need to think about the psychology of it as well, because I think Mr. Roy, we've spoken about this before, and he touched upon a really good and interesting point. When that first shot is fired and you get that sort of blowback, and this sounds a little bit graphic, but, you know, let's just try and talk about this. The psychology of it all. When you actually pull the trigger, that first shot, and you get your face is like sprayed back with a load of blood. By all accounts, that can, I don't know if it can shut you down, but it can shock you into like realising what you're doing. But that hasn't happened here. It's like this person has just gone through with this, like, well, you know, like it's nothing. Very, very, yeah, very strange. Thank you for those super chats. $1.99 from Elton's Gaming Channel. Thank you so much. And Ben, I'm not going to try and pronounce your surname, as I will probably make an epic failure of it. But yeah, thank you for that. Much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. So yeah, just to wrap up what I was saying there. It's not as easy as people think it is. I think people watch films and think, oh yeah, it's easy, you just go and do it, you know. But I personally don't think it's that easy. And also, you've got to remember that if you get caught for this, that's it. Your life is done, isn't it? Well, a large part of it is done. And did they have enough of a motive to kill Tucker, Tate and Rolfe? Dubslag with an $8.99. What have you? Is that a super chat, or have you become a member of the channel? If you haven't become a member of the channel, I'm going to have to write this down and invite you to the live streams anyway, because that's basically the equivalent of like a diamond membership, isn't it? I think so. I've done that anyway. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Right, I'm just going to scroll up here because I've probably missed a few comments on here. When is Michael still getting out? From Russell Cowell. I nearly said Crowell there. Cowell. I haven't heard anything about any sort of potential release date for Michael Steele. I don't think he's going to get out personally, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, thanks for that. Much appreciated, Dub. That's yeah, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Genuinely appreciated. Thank you, sir. Right, just going to scroll back just in case I've missed anybody. Welcome, Lisa. Welcome to the live stream. Clive, welcome to you. Chris, Ryan, I've already said hello to you. Hot Tub Hire, Doncaster. You do get some funny names on here, don't you? I think that's another interesting point, isn't it, regarding the guns used. A lot of people say, how could it have been two guns? Or how could it have been just one gun? And I think that, you know, if we are looking at one person shooting one gun, has someone who's never killed anybody before, are they going to be able to be capable of doing it that quickly? Is that possible? That cleanly, that quickly? I don't know. I don't know. Can people get lucky? Maybe. Don't know. Who knows? SP, 100% professional hit. Michael Steele and Jack Owens were not experienced enough to have such a clean crime scene forensically. And that's I mean, let's talk about that quickly. Excuse me. Because what I like to do is when I look at this, when I try and look at cases and stuff, I try and match certain aspects of the case up. So I look at what mistakes have they made? Okay, they've taken their phone along with them. We've got Jack Owens with his mobile phone. Would someone who's able to leave that crime scene so clean have made such a mistake as to take their mobile phone and use that mobile phone at the crime scene? Are we looking at the same person here? That's the way I kind of look at these crimes, or crime in general, really. And there's a little bit of a difference there, isn't there? If someone's gone to that level to not leave any DNA, not leave any fingerprints whatsoever, there's not a trace of that killer discovered in the Range Rover, outside the Range Rover, whatever. Would that same person also take their own mobile and be using a getaway driver who they're not particularly close with, who could grass them up as he did do? You know, it doesn't make much sense, does it? You would expect the crime scene to be a little bit more untidy, I guess is the easiest word to use. And thanks again to Essex True Crime for moderating the chat this evening. Greatly appreciated. We wouldn't be able to do these live streams if it wasn't for him. So, yeah, thank you. Right, just gonna. What else have we got to talk about anyway? Tate's Keys, Jaggers. Oh, interesting. Elton's Gaming Channel. Thank you for that. 179. I've been to the lane before. It was done. Interesting. Yeah, write us out a little piece on that. What was it like? That's quite an interesting thing to hear about. What I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but when people visited the lane shortly after the murders, there was still glass on the floor and stuff like that. Is that true? Like they didn't clean the remnants of the Range Rover away or anything like that. Is that true? It'd be quite interesting also to know if anyone actually lives close there, whether a lot of people visited that area after the murders. Did people go down and take a look at it? Was it some sort of tourist attraction for a little while? Be interesting to know. I mean, it's kind of like a tourist attraction now, isn't it? Like 27 years later or 26 years ago, whatever. But thanks for that super chat, Elton. Much appreciated. Let's have a look here. Right, so what was I saying? We've done Tate's Keys, Jaggers. Oh, we haven't done Lanash yet, have we? Paragraph 67. Let's get on it. Paragraph 67. Right. Blimey, been going an hour already. Well, it'll be an hour in like 1 minute because of my my mistake at the beginning. Paragraph 67. Okay. Issue 3, the allegation that the prosecution manipulated evidence in relation to time of death. The applicants have highlighted that Home Office pathologist Dr. Lanas did not provide an estimate of time of death when she gave evidence at trial. In her evidence, she stated that the police did not ask her to estimate a time of death, but the applicants point out that police action A3680 suggests that she was asked to give an estimate by the Deputy SIO, Detective Inspector George Florence. We've got this bloody name again, haven't we? George Florence. Donna Jaggers and George Florence sitting in the tree. The applicants add that since the time of their trial, Dr. Lanas has faced disciplinary action in connection with other cases. It is submitted that Dr. Lanas was incompetent. Now, we keep getting this name mentioned, don't we? So we had Inspector George Florence regarding the last time Donna Jaggers saw Craig Rolfe. We had that report there that the defence sadly didn't bring before the court. And now we've got this police action. This is something I haven't got access to. Probably the defence have access to this. Or the current defence team, I should say. Police action A3680. I'd love to see that. Suggests that she was asked to give an estimate by the Deputy SIO, Detective Inspector George Florence. Interesting. The Commission notes that a similar submission was made in the course of Mr. Steele's first application to the Commission, application received on the 2nd of February 1999. Paragraphs 107 and 108 of the Commission Statement of Reasons for that review, dated the 15th of December 2004, the Commission reached the following conclusion on the issue, quote, "It is Mr. Steele's contention that Dr. Lanas did determine a time of death, but that, as this was a time for which Mr. Steele had an indisputable alibi, Dr. Lanas had withheld this time of death from the court. He has pointed to cases that post-date this trial, at which the quality of Dr. Lanas's evidence and her competence have been called into question. The Commission notes that Dr. Lanas's evidence was that it was not possible to determine the time of death through pathology with any degree of accuracy. There is no evidence to support Mr. Steele's contention that she deliberately withheld a time of death because it did not fit the prosecution theory regarding the murders." Alright, so anything else worth reading it? In the course of... Right, okay. In the course of the current Commission review, the applicants have submitted no additional evidence. Interesting. The applicants have submitted no additional evidence or argument on the subject of Dr. Lanas. There remains no evidence that Dr. Lanas ever carried out any assessment of the likely time of the deaths in this case, nor is there any evidence that a time of death estimate was deliberately withheld as part of prosecution manipulation of evidence in relation to time of death. Do you know what? I should do a live stream and I could record my videos in about 20 minutes. The way it just flows doing these live streams, when I'm trying to record a video, it's almost impossible. I don't know how I'm able to do it. It's weird. On these live streams. Odd. The absence of a time of death estimate has been well known since before the applicant's trial and thus does not constitute new evidence or argument for the Commission's purposes. Right, the absence of a time of death estimate has been well known since before the applicant. Right, that's fair enough. In any event, the absence of a time of death does not, in the Commission's view, give rise to a real possibility the Court of Appeal would overturn the applicant's convictions. Okay, I want to see that police action. I wonder where that is. Police action A3680. There's also a statement I want to see from a lady called Sarah Earp, spelled E-A-R-P, who states that she sees a Volkswagen Passat on Meadow Road on the night of the murders. So could that be Mr. Nichols? Elton's Gaming Channel, thank you again for the super chat, much appreciated. What have we got here? Oh, Lutonian, thank you for becoming a member. As I said earlier, we've got a few more people will probably join since the last time I said this. But what's going to be taking place every month for members of the channel, there's going to be 2 private live streams for members of the channel, 2 a month, which will be taking place for members only. You can find out how to become a member in the video description box below. And that's really just to give back to members of the channel. I haven't done any perks whatsoever for members of the channel since I've had that ability. So really it's just to give back to the members of the channel pretty much. And that's not going to affect, as I said earlier, it's not going to affect the live streams that we do. We're still going to be doing 2 or 3 a week. So don't think that it's just going to be for a members only thing or anything. That's not what it's going to be. Just 2 private live streams per month for members of the channel, just to interact with me. Not just talk about Essex Boys stuff, maybe general life stuff, whatever. Just chill out for a bit, have an hour of an evening. I'll definitely be up for that. Sounds good. Are you on TikTok? No, I'm not. Thank God I'm not on that bloody thing. Can't you request the documents via Freedom of Information Act? No, I don't think so. I could be wrong though. No, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. That's for kids, isn't it? I'm getting on, Elton, mate. I'm like in my late 30s. I can't be doing that TikTok stuff. Know what I'm saying? Mind you, maybe I could be a TikTok sensation. How long can the videos be on TikTok? Anyone know? Is it like a minute long or something? Maybe I'll look into it. Can Jack be interviewed? That's from Roy Newport. No, not as far as I'm aware. I've been told that it's licensing conditions or something. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be hearing from him anytime soon. And yeah, as I say, welcome to all the new members. It's I've been bloody hell, it's amazing the amount of members I've had this evening. It's great, massive surprise. TikTok, yeah. What's the length of videos on TikTok? Bloody get it out in a minute. I know someone who is a member of TikTok who did do videos on there. It's Mr. Essex True Crime. Maybe he can inform us. How long can the videos be on TikTok? Essex True Crime. Enlighten us with your wisdom. Yeah, Mel Talbot. Someone else has tried the Freedom of Information route and that was denied. Yeah. That's why I said that. I have seen that someone did try and request it and it was basically shot down in flames. I think we're going to have to go a little bit longer tonight because I'm a quarter of the way through my Jack Daniels. I can't leave here without finishing that. You got 12,000 followers. What, on TikTok? Nice one. You have to be tech-friendly, Crime Scene Courtroom. Is that a slight on my character, Mr. Lenny Russell? Are you trying to say that I can't handle TikTok? Is that what you're trying to say? Just going to scroll back and catch up with some of the comments. XT007, welcome to you. Let's have a look here. Larry Jimbob. Jesus Christ, there's a blast from the past. How are you, Larry? Hope you're doing well. Let's have a look here. Perry, welcome to you. Lisa Austin, you have a great voice to narrate. You have a great voice to narrate. Fair play. Thank you. Some people even say that they listen to me in the gym. Can you imagine that? Being on a treadmill, listening to me bang on? Christ. Can always post a tennis match. Yeah, I could do, couldn't I, actually? Yeah. You know I love my tennis, Mel. Every day. Not every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And probably another couple of times during the week. Usually a weekend. I do love my tennis. Lenny Russell, he's just taking a piss, isn't he, really? You've been drinking it for over an hour. How big is the JD? It's only small. I've got a can because I'm too lazy to actually bother to get a bottle and mix it myself. I'm going for that. I've got 2 cans here, but I've only drunk like half of one. So I've already answered this, Lyndon. I answered this on my other video. I think it's a mystery third party. So yeah, I can only be honest and say what I think. How do you know? Let's have a look here. Gentleman Jack. What's the difference with Gentleman Jack then, SP? Is that the luxury version? I'll tell you what I've had. I've had Jack Daniel's single barrel, which is like quite expensive in terms of Jack Daniel's prices. Obviously not in terms of quality whiskey, but I think it's like 60 quid a bottle or something. Or 40, 48 pounds, something like that. Let's have a look. Alright, just going to catch up with some of your chats. We're going to go for quite a bit longer actually, I think, tonight. Because like I say, I can't sit here and finish off this Jack Daniel's on my own. So I'll probably go for another half an hour maybe. If you guys fire in some questions, it'd be much appreciated. Yeah, Key Productions 100. Jack should write a statement and get John to read it on a video. Again, I think that's still part of his license. I genuinely think he's been like shut up, like Darren Nichols has. Silenced, I should say. Silenced, yeah. Number 7, gentlemen, or something more expensive. Yeah, no, it's only normal Jack Daniels, but it's like a double shot in it in those cans. I didn't realise that, and I went on a date once, long time ago, and I thought, oh, I'll buy myself 10 cans of Jack Daniels. Anyway, it didn't end well. Let's put it that way. Ended up with me being in a bush, actually. Yeah, 10 double JD and Cokes, not good. Not good for me. I'm not even really a drinker anyway. Hardly ever drink. Don't drink at home. Yeah, hardly ever drink. Let's have a look here. Ooh, Larry Jim Bob. Hi, crime scene decorum. Hope you're good. I have a stomach ulcer, unfortunately, but I'm still alive. No, you don't want to. You better keep off that JD, Larry, if you've got one of those. Hope you get better soon, mate. That's yeah. At least it's all been sorted out. At least they've found out what it is, so that's good. Andy Bray, interesting question there. Thank you for posting that. Have you tried removing Nichols' statements, then look at the witness statements? That's something I touched upon in previous videos. We do get so hung up on Darren Nichols' version of events. And me and Mr. Roy have discussed this at length. You know, really, if you don't believe his version of events, okay, just remove it then and look at it from a different angle. We get very fixated on the timeline and they couldn't have been here, they couldn't have been there, and this, that, and the other. Well, you know, if you don't believe, you can't on one hand say Darren Nichols is a liar, but then hold him to certain aspects, you know, like certain times, because one hand you're saying he's completely dishonest, he's a liar, but then you believe him about a timeline. It doesn't make any sense. So you could remove Darren Nichols' version of events, and that does open up a lot of scope for possibilities, like you say there. But again, the biggest issue we have is that we don't have all of the witness statements. We've got like a handful in comparison to what was actually taken. Can you imagine how many pieces of excuse me? Can you imagine how many pieces of sort of intelligence the police got from like telephone calls and stuff like that, like police actions? Apparently there's over 1,000 of them. We've got about 10. Like, there's so much information out there. And it's almost like pointless trying to figure it out, because we don't have enough information to really have a good idea of the full picture. Yeah. And I think that's probably why when people say, what is your opinion? It's pointless in some respects for me having one, because we don't have the information. It'd be guesswork. It's like a guessing game. Natalie Barber, I know you're desperate for me to do some sort of ASMR. I can't. That's like when you do like this, isn't it? Like, isn't it that sort of stuff? Or like putting a pen on that sort of stuff. Isn't that ASMR? I can't stand that. It makes my bloody skin crawl, that sort of stuff. Don't know why. But yeah, maybe I'm going to start narrating bedtime stories so you can all listen to me when you go to sleep. Maybe you'd enjoy that. I don't know. Who knows? Let's have a look here. Turbo Gig Woof. Normal JD is blended. Gentleman is blended and filtered twice. Oof. Sounds sexual. And single barrel is what it says. The best one. Oh yeah, I had a bottle of single barrel quite a long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah, it was alright. But the thing is, when you have it with normal Coke, it just sort of like, you know, just overwhelms it anyway, doesn't it, really? No, you can just do a quiet voice. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's save that for a separate video. I don't want you to hear my sexual voicemail. It wouldn't be appropriate for this stream, would it? Let's have a look. First, Austin, welcome to you. You're on it this week. First time I made a live, as always. Great work. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, we're going to keep going for a little while. I'm enjoying this, so we're going to keep rolling for a bit. ASMR is eating your mic exotically. I'm not. Look. We're not going down that road, okay? We're not doing that. And it's massive anyway. My mouth's not big. I couldn't fit it inside my mouth. Let's not go down that road, Gav. We're going to have Essex True Crime putting in all sorts of comments in a minute. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it is, Larry. It's great to see all the old timers coming back. Yeah, it's crazy. When you think I started what was my original channel, like 3 years ago, something like that? 3 or 4 years ago. And the amount of names that I still remember, like your name, obviously, Lenny Russell, Larry Jim. There's so many. There's another one, Cantonar's Collar. I don't think he watches the videos anymore, but that's another name that's always stuck in my mind. But so many people here have been with my original channel, and have been, fans of the channel for years, which is great. It's awesome to see. But Natalie, yeah, maybe I can do like a members only ASMR. How about that? Maybe we can sort that out. Shirley wants the webcam. We can't do the webcam, Shirley, because I've basically got nothing in my hair, so the hair is flat as a pancake. Because I didn't do anything after tennis, pretty much. So there's not going to be any webcam tonight. I am quite tempted though to put the webcam on at some point and do like a webcam stream. Maybe I will do that one day. Thank you for your explanation, though, Gav, regarding what ASMR is. It's eating a mic. It's eating your mic exotically. I love that. I love that description. Have we got any more? So we've done the gate, haven't we? Done Lanas, done Jaggers. Yeah, I really want to see that report, though. That report that they talked about with Dr. Lanas. There's so much information that we don't have access to, which is really annoying. Let's have a look here. Adam C. Do you not think Billy Blundell ordered a hit? I don't know. This is something I touched upon, wasn't it, on a recent video where I got a lot of people saying, was there some connection with Michael Steele and Billy Blundell? And I tried to explain it in that video that I made, that I don't think there was any connection between those two and the murders, as in being some sort of partnership or whatever, because Steele was receiving those IRA calls from the undercover police officers, and naturally he was suspicious about those calls. And the last thing that you're going to do if you've committed a murder with somebody is basically say, oh yeah, do you know the Blundells? Yeah, they lent Tate £40,000. And I don't think would you appear on TV? You know, they've been on so many documentaries talking about the case. If you had some legitimate involvement in the murders, would you be really appearing on documentaries and talking about it? Probably not. Don't know. Just my thinking anyway. Do a webcam with an ostrich in the room. Where the hell could I get an ostrich from? For God's sake, Uncle Gilbert. Where could I get one of those from? No, so yeah, Kev. I don't know if you were here at the start of the stream. No, we're not going to do any questions tonight. I'm saving the ones that have been posted on the community tab. I'm going to be saving those for a future live stream, which will be next week. So don't worry, we will get to them. JD out of a can. Get a bloody woman to give you the real thing. Well, yeah, that's the thing here. The service is terrible, Shirley. This is the problem. We've got to run with what we got, you know. Jack Daniels in a can. I mean, I could have poured it into a glass, but, you know, there's no need, is there, really? It's only me here. All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, Lutonian. Wasn't Tucker and Tate sticking it on Billy Blundell's nephew? Yeah, well, I don't know if he is actually related to them or not, because some people say he is, some people say he isn't. That's Mark Murray, isn't it? Some people say that he's related to the Blundells. Other people say that there's no proof of that, so I don't know. Yeah, no worries, Kev. Yeah, hopefully that explains it. Me and Lenny would have had a red or yeah, I know Mel, it's shocking, isn't it? So basically when you become a member of the channel you get like this star next to your name, and as the months go on of you being a member that star changes colour, and Mel always bangs on about the fact she's been a member for so long that she would have had, I don't know what colour your star would have been now, purple. Yeah, well, don't worry, you'll get there. Malcolm X, no way would Mick Steele kill Pat Tate knowing that Pat Tate was a very useful asset to the Blundell family. Oh, Hoofmunter. Where is Hoofmunter? That's a bloody good question, Lenny. Whatever happened to Hoofmunter? Where did she go? Do you remember her? She was awesome. Hoofmunter. Christ, yeah. God knows what happened to her. Jesus. Let's just scroll back a minute. Whatever happened to the Range Rover, Martin? Thank you for your question. There's rumours that it's been sold. There's rumours that it's been crushed. There's rumours that it was sold recently for $150,000 via some sort of auction or something. But I can't say. I can't say for certain. Yeah, whatever happened to Hoofmunter, eh? Jesus, those were the days. Those were the days when life was easy. Just sit back and chill, do an hour stream. Life was good. Scroll up to my question. I'm trying. Hang on. Where are we? SL17. Let's have a look. Martin B. Evening all. Do we know when the Sky documentary is to be shown? Where's Essex True Crime? He's disappeared, hasn't he? I bet he's not even doing any work. He's supposed to be moderating the chat. Essex True Crime. When is this magical Sky documentary coming out? Apparently it's like a multiple part Sky documentary with loads of new evidence, apparently. So Yeah, I don't know when it's coming out. We're waiting for Essex True Crime to wake up. Hint, hint. Bet he's bloody fallen asleep. Sky are doing one, 2023. I mean, I thought it was supposed to be this year, but I don't know what's happened. Have they delayed it or something? I don't know. Bloody hell, it's never taken me this long to drink a can of Jack Daniels. You met who? Colton Lutch. Who's that? Do you mean Leach? Hoofmunter. Wow, where is Hoofmunter, man? Yeah, those were the days. Oh, yeah. It's funny, I still speak to Karen. Mel. So, yeah, Dommy. I can never pronounce... Yeah, you say that. Was it Domi, wasn't it? Domi. I used to say Dommy, wasn't it? Yeah, so Domi and Karen are sisters. I still speak to Karen quite frequently, actually. Although she's not on the chat at the moment. Spoke to her. When did I speak to her? Spoke to her lunchtime, actually. Yeah, on the phone. Of all places. Yeah. But she's alright. Yeah, Karen's alright. Karen and Dommy, they're fine as far as I know. Let's have a look here. Be interested to run different timelines. Larry Jimbob, Crime Scene Courtroom. I've always thought it would be interesting to run the different timelines. Excuse me. From all sightings simultaneously on a map to see how it all lines up and works. Yeah, I'd have to get someone like Roy to bash that all together for me. I'm not sure I'm capable of doing that on my own. I'd probably need his help, to be honest. Let's have a look here. Oh, here he is. Essex True Crime is awake. Little round of applause, everyone. He's woken up. Here we are. He's back with us. The documentary is due on Sky Crime early next year. Right, okay. Sky Crime. Woo. 3 parts. There we go. Let's have a look here. Right. Let's have a look. I'm just going to scroll back through some of your questions. Bear with me a second. Let's have a look. Yeah, if you've got any other questions, guys, just fire them in here. I'm going to go for a little bit longer anyway. I'm not in any rush to stop it this evening, so yeah. It's actually gone quite well considering that we actually haven't read out any questions. We've managed to do like an hour and a half. Yeah, it's good. Excellent. You could use the voice when pulling off nickels. Lenny, you can't let this go, can you? I don't want to pull off nickels, all right? Okay. I told you I want to play nickels in a film. I want to be casted into one of these films. They need to cast me, and then I can promote their film. Everything will be great, you know. I'll get to be able to do my piece, and it'd be brilliant. I'd love that. I really would love a piece in one of those films. I really would. I think it needs to happen. You need to start a petition. You need like a bloody, what do you call it? Some sort of petition. Send it to those Rise of the Foot Soldier people. Say, we want Crime Scene to Courtroom on your next film. That'd be great. Let's have a look here. Taking a good night, Lenny. No, Lenny, you can't be leaving us. Good night, everyone. Off to work. Happy days. All right, Lenny, have a good one. Have a good shift, me old friend. Have a good one. All right, let's have a look here. Hannah, yeah, I don't. From what I can gather, from what Essex True Crime has just said there, the documentary is going to be early next year, so I don't think it's going to be December. OnlyFans. Can you imagine that? A Crime Scene to Courtroom OnlyFans. Jesus Christ. ASMR special. Jesus. We're not going down that road, Mel. You've got a filthy mind, man. Jesus. It's OnlyFans. Jesus, man. Should be on anniversary. Yeah, it should be on anniversary. I mean, they did say that they were going to release this documentary in December or late this year, but for whatever reason, it's been delayed. So who knows? Who knows? Gavdog, talking of Rise of the Foot Soldier, how many films has there been? I don't know. The only one that I would recommend watching is the first one, and I would actually skip the first half of the film and watch the second half. I think that's what I did actually last time I watched it. Not really massively into the whole football stuff. But it's quite an interesting film. It's quite well done actually, in places. Oh, let's have a look. Richard Morland, thank you for joining us this evening. I'll get to your one in a minute, Chris. Crime Scene to Courtroom. You was on about LWD. He is back. There's a video about the colour of the Range Rover. Yeah, is there? I've looked. I think I'm a subscriber of his channel, But the last video was ages ago, wasn't it? Like months back. So I don't think he's done anything new. Chris says, you could do all the OnlyFans footage down the lane. Look, I don't want to get in trouble, okay, Chris? You can't be giving me these ideas, all right? You know, get bloody Jiggins and Theobald down there. They wouldn't be enjoying that, would they? Some bloody 5-bar gate action, you know what I mean? Can't be doing none of that. All right, let's have a look here. Thank you. Martin said he'd throw in a $5 for some OnlyFans content. No, Martin. Don't tempt me, okay? Let's stay off the OnlyFans talk. Hoofmunter. Yeah, where is Hoofmunter, man? I can't believe that. She was like an avid watcher of the channel, wasn't she, back in the day? Jesus. Can't believe Lenny remembered her name. I'd completely forgotten it till he mentioned it. Jiggins probably has an OnlyFans. Jaggers, sorry, not Jiggins. Jesus Christ. Not Jiggins. I think Ken Jiggins is dead, isn't he? Essex True Crime can confirm that. Jiggins has an OnlyFans. I can't believe I said that. Jaggers probably has an OnlyFans. I have no idea. 5-bar gate action, yeah. That's what you need, SP. Some 5-bar gate action. It's all about that 5-bar gate. You're going to be an extra in the new one. Tell me you're kidding me, Elton. Tell me you're kidding. When you see them, tell them to send me an email. I want to be a part of the film. I keep telling you. Just send them an email. Talk to them. Talk to them for me. Butter them up. Neil Hyder's got a kebab on the way. Excellent. Excellent. Do you think the Range Rover got destroyed? Thank you for that question on one. God's sake, man. I'll get to that in a second. Lisa's taking it to another level. What question was I reading? Hang on a minute. Oh, there you go. Neil, yeah, no, I've already said that. Hang on. No, sorry, on one. Do you think the Range Rover got destroyed? I genuinely think, from what I've seen, you know that one that I've put the video up of? That one had loads of official documentation. The V5, it was like a really in-depth load of documentation with a vehicle. I really do think that is the original. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I don't really know that much about cars, so I'm not the best person to ask, to be perfectly honest. Oh, I can't believe that. Lisa Austin has said, narrating Essex Boys in the nude. Lol, sorry. Jesus Christ, man. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, Lisa. Jesus. Thank you for that suggestion. Much appreciated. Yeah, so reading blogs 19 in the nude on a cold December night. Can you imagine that? No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that in snowy conditions, Lisa. Let's be honest. Yeah, AD says, I think the original is still out there. So do I. As I say, I could be wrong, though. It may have been destroyed. But from what I saw that paperwork, it was very convincing. Very convincing, yeah. Very convincing. Okay. Let's have a look here. Let's bring up another photo. Oh, yeah, this is quite an interesting one to look at. So, you know in the Truth documentary, when they talk about Darren Nichols took the first left past the lane and then he came up here to Rettendon Hall and then he watched the execution. This would have been his viewpoint, basically. So this photograph here, which I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe this was taken by Dave's Films, possibly. But this is the view from up by Rettendon Hall. You know the house that you see on the hill? This is that view, basically. So that's where the Range Rover is, where the arrow's pointing. But I don't know if Darren Nichols went up that road. But I've been up there. I did a video ages ago. Many of you will probably remember it. And it's such a narrow track that I actually had to pull into someone's front garden because a post van came up at the same time as I was going down. So it's not exactly the ideal place to pull over and witness an execution. I don't think that you would do that. I think Meadow Road, if there is any truth in what Nichols says, is a more plausible place to stop. Yeah, that's for sure. Right. Okay. Seem to forget Brink's involvement. Let's have a look here. Excuse me. Chunky Pritchard. Do you think Carlton Leach was really deeply involved with the Essex Boys, or is he just trying to make a name? The silly thing is, I can't. How the hell can I pass comment on anybody? I didn't know any of these people. I've got no association with anybody connected with this case. Like, how the hell I can't pass judgment on someone else. I can't pass judgment on how well they knew them. I've got no idea. I think sometimes people think I'm, some sort of all-seeing, all-knowing being or something. But yeah, I've got no idea. To answer your question, no idea whatsoever. Let's have a look here. I'm not on Twitter that often, Elton. If you've messaged me on there, I'll go on there like once every 6 months, probably, as a whole. Let's have a look here. Jordan Russell. Anyone know how they recorded the execution scene on the Rise of the Foot Soldier films? It's like a carbon. I thought I said Carlton. It's like a carbon copy of the real life scene. Well, obviously they had a lot of detail, didn't they? A lot of the statements and whatever, I'd imagine, around that time period. I might be wrong. But they obviously had access to some stuff, otherwise they wouldn't have known how the trial went and what happened at the trial. But it's quite an accurate depiction, isn't it, I suppose, of Darren Nichols' version of events, of what he was told happened back in the car, that sort of stuff. I do like that first film, and it's so annoying because, as I said in a previous stream, I did make a whole video, it's about 16 minutes long, of some of the best scenes out of Rise of the Foot Soldier, me talking about what I like about particular scenes, what I don't like about the franchise particularly, and what they didn't allow me to upload it. So annoying. Ridiculous. Malcolm X, how powerfully connected was Mick Steele? Anybody know? No, absolutely no idea. No idea whatsoever. Didn't I hear that there was a connection between Billy Jasper and Michael Steele? I'm not sure. I can't say that actually. I don't know. I thought I heard though that there was some connection between. Oh no, that was right. Sorry, that was what I read in that CCRC appeal document. Michael Steele wanted to call Billy Jasper or something, or question him or ask him questions, and the court refused it. So I think Michael Steele's team called Billy Jasper. So whether there's some connection there between Steele and Jasper, I don't know. I have no idea. It's weird, isn't it? Those trees are still there. I always think about that when I go there. Weird. Let's have a look. Do you think the Blundells were involved? I've got no idea. What I can say though is that it appears that they were the investors of into the deal, according to Michael Steele. Anyway, he said that he had heard that they'd lent Tate £40,000. So was that meeting with Tate about the repayment of the money? Did it then get back to Steele? Were the Blundells connected with Steele in some way? I don't know. No idea. No idea. Let's have a look. Mickey Steele was a powerful man. Yeah. So, what you can say about him is he, like you say, he was a very important. Well, I wouldn't say important, but he had a lot of strings to his bow, didn't he? He was someone that could bring in stuff by boat. He had a bloody aeroplane, a pilot's license. There's not many people in that line of work that have got those sort of qualifications. So he would have been a commodity, absolutely. He must have been, surely. You would have thought so, anyway. Mart, sorry, I'm bloody going blind, I am. Hi, Crime Scene to Courtroom, love the content, thank you. To my recollection, I've never seen a statement from Anna Whitehead. Can you confirm it? Yeah, there's no statement from Anna Whitehead. There is a police printout which only mentions that Tony Tucker was picked up from my house, I think she says at 6 p.m, what he was wearing basically, and that's pretty much it. But there's not the full statement. There is one. Clearly there is a full statement from Anna Whitehead, but we don't have it. We don't have access to it, sadly. Right, I'm just going to scroll up through the chat and enjoy the rest of my Jack Daniels, if you don't mind, because it's going bloody flat. It's been open for so long. Let's have a look. Larry Jim Bob used to sit there in the car park. Which car park are you on about, Mr. Jim Bob? Right, I'm just going to go back through some of the comments. Just bear with me because I've probably missed out on so many. Let's have a look here. Lisa Austin, right. Yeah, no, I've caught up actually. 193 of you here at the moment. Please don't forget to hit the like button it would be much appreciated. It does help the stream become more visible to other people. So yeah, do hit that like button. And yeah, if you guys want to be notified when I release a new video or when the streams go live, if you click the notification bell and click that to on, obviously, then I think you get like a notification come through to say that I've got a new upload or I'm going live. So yeah, turn your notifications on, hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so. That'll be great. Right, I think we're going to go for a couple more minutes. Bloody hell, we've done an hour and 30, hour and 34. Excellent. If you've got any further questions, fire them in now or forever hold your peace until next week. I can't do one tomorrow, can I? No, I don't think I can. Like I say, I'm away on Friday, so you're not going to get much content from me over the weekend, but I'll be back to it on Monday, all being well. Let's have a look here. Oh, right, okay. Not in a car park. The view on our screens now. The lane, right. Yeah, not in a car park. Right, okay. Let's have a look here. Jack's phone to the cell tower in Rettendon tried 40 times. Chris, you've asked a question there that would take me about 12 hours to go into. Even the people that looked into the phone evidence in court don't actually really know what they're talking about. Because I know someone personally who does this for a living, who knows all about this sort of stuff. Even he can look at Bristow's evidence, the evidence that was spoken about in court, and I'm not saying Bristow doesn't know what he's talking about, but the people that are trying to analyse the data don't really know what they're looking at. It's for me to start talking about it would be all night. I need to get Mr. Roy, and I've said to him that I've asked him to come on the stream. He's in Italy at the moment, but when he comes back I'm going to meet up with him and hopefully he can appear on the channel and we'll do a stream together. I also want to do a live stream of Essex True Crime when he stops being so shy, but you need to encourage him, guys. Don't forget to go on his channel, Essex True Crime, look at the Sarah Saunders interview, comment some support, subscribe to his channel. Obviously he does a lot of Essex Boys content, and yeah, just check his channel out. I do want to get him on the channel, hopefully. If he's allowed to. He's probably got restraining orders or some sort of he's probably being silenced. So maybe he's not allowed to speak out. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if he's allowed on the stream or not. We'll see. All right. Okay, guys. Right, we're going to leave it there for this evening. Much appreciated to each and every one of you for joining me, as always. Do hit the like button before you go. If you can remember to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, we're back together on Monday, I would imagine now, if I don't do one before. If I get the time to do one tomorrow, I will, but obviously you'll be notified by a post which will go up in the community tab. And as always, many thanks for asking your questions. Do continue to use that community post and ask your questions for the next live stream, which will most likely be on a Monday. And as always, many thanks for joining me tonight. Enjoy your Jack Daniels, enjoy your Yorkshire tea, enjoy your Thatcher's Gold, whatever you've got cracking at home. And I'll see you all again on Monday. Goodbye. Take care, everyone.